Everybody, it's Matt. I'm here to do a deck tech today for a deck that's been highly requested. My Wave 2 cars, and I have a special guest with me. Go ahead and say hello.
Hey guys and gals.
Hey there guys, it's my girlfriend Jacqueline, and we wanted to talk about this sweet cars deck that we've been playing. Now, I know the elephant in the room is right here. Cliffjumper. Cliffjumper is a San Diego Comic-Con promo that was released last summer, and he is very hard to find and quite expensive. I know that, but he is essential for this deck. So if you don't have him, just draw one up on one of those blank white, cards that comes with the Transformers pack. I'm pretty sure no one will really care unless you're actually playing at an event. Either way, I assume they'll re-release him eventually, but if not, he is essential for the deck. So if you do not know what Cliffjumper does, he is a car like all the rest of the other bozos here, and he has 5 attack, 12 health, and 2 defense. He is melee on his alt mode, and he is ranged on his bot mode. His special ability is that when you flip one of your other cars to their bot mode, draw a card. His other mode is this has +1 attack for each car in your KO area. Now that's relevant because of what happened in Wave 2, where you can flip your characters in your KO zone. Now you don't trigger their abilities when they're in their KO zone, but you do get static buffs from a card that was like this. So if you had, for some reason, Prowl and Wheeljack were in your KO zone and Cliffjumper flipped back and he was in this mode, he would get +2 attack. So, but we're not really going to be using him in his bot mode for right now, unless you're kind of like your last stand. So, this is the Wave 2 card deck that we've been playing since most of, I should probably say early December, Wave 1, and as it moved into Wave 2, we've slowly updated and changed it. It's kind of a deck we built together, eh?
It's only gotten better.
It's only gotten better. And to kind of talk about how well it's done, it's performed really well at local events, and it's been doing really good. It's top forward. It's won most of the events, and it really hasn't been beaten very often.
It hits pretty hard.
It hits pretty hard. So if you're playing against a new player, do not play this deck. If you're playing against a casual deck, be nice. Don't play this deck. So they're gonna have a bad time. So with that aside, if you do not know what these characters do, these are both from Wave 1, Prowl and Wheeljack. They're both cars. They're both specialists. In their bot mode, Prowl is ranged and Wheeljack has melee. Their stats are pretty decent. Prowl's ability is that when you flip to this mode, each of your cars gets bold 2 in turn. Wheeljack's ability is that when you upgrade one of your cars, draw a card, then scrap a card from your hand. This isn't a May effect. You have to do this. When Wheeljack is in his bot mode, he has bold 3 as long as you have a weapon in your scrap pile. And Prowl, when one of your cars is KO'd, repair 3 damage to one of your other characters. So that means that if Cliffjumper is KO'd, like that right now, like in his car mode, you could heal Wheeljack 3. Now remember, Prowl can't heal himself, okay? So, yeah, so with that aside here, we also have to mention as well that...
Yeah, we wanted to mention TopDeckTCG.com, a great website, lots of cards, great place to get your cards.
Yeah, if you play Transformers or Star Wars and Destiny.
Yeah, and we also have a promo code for you guys. If you use the promo Metaphor, you get 10% off your order.
Your whole order?
Your whole order!
Whole order, yeah. So,
it's a great site.
Yeah, so check that out if you're looking for cards. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the deck. So now that let's push these guys over here, okay? So actions first. The first actions in the deck is going to be 3 copies of Confidence. Confidence is a card from Wave 2 that lets you draw 2 cards and scrap 2 cards from your hand. And if you began the game with only Autobot characters, you may then play an action. Now, it's important to remember that you have to play the action immediately after playing Confidence. So you play your Confidence, you draw your 2 cards, scrap your 2 cards, then you have to play the action before you flip a character or play an upgrade or do something else. So you have to resolve that first. Then once you resolve your second action, if you choose to play it, then you can go on with your turn. There's been times when we've played and been like, oh crap, we want to play other things, but that stops us, right?
Yeah.
So, 3 copies of that. Then we have 2 copies of I Still Function, Jacqueline's favorite card.
My favorite card.
Her favorite card. This card here lets you bring someone back from the KO zone with 12 stars or fewer. They have 1 hit point left.
Guys, it always helps you win the game.
It does help you win the game, and you KO it at the end of turn, so you get an extra attack with a character. Next, we have 3 copies of Peace Through Tyranny. This card is quite relevant in this deck. Aside from its ability to have double orange pip, You may KO one of your characters that has 6 stars or more. If you do, take an extra turn after this one. There's been clutch times when I've been playing this card deck, or when you've been playing the card deck, specifically, where we had to go ahead and get a double attack in, and we knew next turn we could go ahead and play Start Your Engines or Turbo Boost to get one of our cards on tap. There will be times when you'll have to KO. Most times it'll be Prowl that you'll KO, but there's been times when we've taken the extra turn. Not all the time, but times.
It's also just, I mean, it's a double orange pip.
Double orange pip. It's good. So
you can trade it for stuff.
You could, yeah. So we'll get into that a little later. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Okay. So next is going to be 3 copies of Rollout. Rollout is a card that has orange and blue pips. When you play this card, flip each of your characters from bot mode to alt mode. Pretty simple. It'll let you get some double flip triggers on your turn. So if you flip Wheeljack one way or Cliffjumper one way, it'll let you go ahead and flip them back to their mode. You're going to be drawing a lot of cards from Cliffjumper when you flip Prowl and Wheeljack, so that'll be relevant when you play that. Next is a card that is essential for winning in this game, Start Your Engines. Start Your Engines lets you flip each of your characters from bot mode to car mode and then untap one of your cars. Not only does this give you an extra character to attack with, but it can hide characters from getting possibly attacked. Those games when protection, right?
Crucial.
Yeah, crucial, super crucial. Next is 3 copies of Supercharge, because who doesn't love Bold 3, right?
Yeah, really. How can you go wrong?
How can you go wrong? Bold 3 is, it not only just powers up your cars, almost every card in this deck has an orange pip aside from maybe 3 or 4 like that are single blue pips. I think only Start Your Engines is blue. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, so next is going to be 3 copies of Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt will trigger quite a bit, actually. It is a card that lets you scrap the top 4 cards of your deck and then put all upgrades scrapped this way into your hand. You have to make sure that you reveal the cards that you're scrapping as well so your opponent can see. You just can't pull them into your hand. That's not cool. Don't do that. And yeah, and it'll actually go off pretty well. It'll let you fill your hand up so you can go ahead and proc a few cards that are going to be mentioned in the upgrades. So let's put these aside here just for now. These are all the actions in the deck. So we got these puppies right here. Let's talk about our upgrades. So what is your new favorite upgrade from Wave 2, Jacqueline? What's your new favorite upgrade?
I don't know. Bashing Shield.
Bashing Shield, yeah. Bashing Shield, it just makes armor almost so hard to play in Wave 2. With it, like, it's so hard. Like you go ahead and slap down a reinforced plating or a sparring gear, and then your opponent goes.
I slap down a Bashing Shield.
Yeah, we lose it. It's the worst feeling because you waste a turn basically. And the fact that this is orange and you can pull it back, oh, it's so good. So what it does is when you play this on a character, you get to scrap an enemy armor, or pretty good. Next,
and +1 defense. So.
And +1 defense, yeah, I can't forget that. Next, we have 3 copies of Force Field. This is primarily in the deck for the white pip, and also the ability to protect your characters from an ongoing attack from a Grimlock or someone that's crazy powerful, that'll save you. Now, as I said, it is the only 3 white pips in the deck, so that's will be relevant later. Next is going to be 3 copies of, I think, the card that's almost in every deck that's out there, that's least aggro, and another one of your favorites, Jack, so it's Grenade Launcher. Grenade Launcher gives your character +4 to attack, then you scrap this after the attack. Very simple, lots of damage, smash and face.
Big hits.
Big hits. Next is 3 copies of Improvised Shield. You're never going to want to play these on your character.
Those are for tradesies.
Those are for tradesies and for revealing when you attack.
Yeah.
If you play these on your characters, you're going to lose, okay? Because there's not enough blue in the deck to defend you. So never, ever play this card. Swap it, reveal it, attack with it. Yeah. Next is 3 copies of Mining Pick. One of the newer cards from Wave 2 that we kind of like in this deck.
It really amped up the deck.
It really did. So, as you noticed in the prior actions, we had 3 copies of Peace for Tyranny in this deck. We have 3 Improvised Shields. Cliffjumper is only 8 stars. So, 8 stars, 6 stars, 9 stars. That's 23. So, we got 2 star points left. What do you think we put in after Mining Pick?
I don't know.
2 copies of Mounted Missile. This card is amazing. You can play it on your certain turns to get that extra bonus. It is a double orange pip card. Gives your character +2 to attack. It can be placed in your armor and utility slot. You may want to throw this in your armor slot because most times having a turbo booster come down is much more important than this giving you the +2 to your character's attack.
I agree.
Agreed, yeah. And then Mining Pick, as we kind of skipped over it, Mining Pick lets you plan to. So when the upgraded character attacks, you can take the top 2 cards from your hand, or any cards in your hand, and put them on your deck. So whenever you plan, you get +1 attack. So it's pretty cool. So let's say on your turn, you have a Mining Pick on Wheeljack. and it says whenever you attack, plan to. And let's say for our turn, we had a piece through Tyranny and a Mounted Missles in our hand. We would go ahead and get to place these 2 cards on top of the deck. And then it says when you put a card from your hand on top of your deck, the upgraded character gets +1. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 already. And then the double orange pip, that's quite a bit. So plus Wheeljack has bold 3. He's going to hit for quite a bit, guys. It's going to be a nasty attack. So mining picks, super good. Try to draw into it. And last but not least, this is essential for the deck as well, 3 copies of Turbo Boosters. This lets you untap a card and put on colors only. It gives your character +1 attack. I've seen so many players that are new try to put this on their bots, and I just reach over like, no, read the card, my friend, and then kind of just guide them along the way so that they can do it. So these are the upgrades in the deck. These all work in unison. This deck has to be played extremely fast and extremely hard. It's there to crush your opponents. There's no way to just not do a lot of damage to this deck. I find like whenever you play this is going to actually wreck most decks. It does have a very hard time against, I believe it was a heavy blue double prime deck that gave us a bit of a hard time. But because they kept, yeah, I know, double primes, they kept fishing all that stuff out of our hand. But either way, these are the upgrades, these are the characters, and those are the actions. So let's go ahead and give you a little example of how the deck plays while I give you a little pause here. Just a moment. All right, so we're going to shuffle this puppy up a little bit. Did a couple of 7-pile shuffles. Jacqueline can verify.
Done and done.
Done and done. All right, and then we go ahead and put this over here. Let's cut her as well. So cut the deck, put our characters out, and let's take a look at a couple sample turns. So if we're on the play, we'll say we go first, okay? We draw 1, 2, 3, and then we draw our card for the turn, 4. All right, pretty good hand. If we're attacking, we are not going to flip Wheeljack first because it requires us to have a weapon in our scrap pile so that we can use his ability, right?
Right.
Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and flip Prowl instead. Why would we flip Prowl first?
So we can flip him back next turn.
Exactly. Now, because we flipped a character into their bot mode, we're going to go ahead and draw a card off Cliffjumper. Great. And then we're not going to send either one of these jokers in. Who are we going to send in first? Cliffjumper, that's right. So Cliffjumper, sounds like Dora the Explorer. Who are we sending in next? So Cliffjumper's going to attack. So Cliffjumper hits for 5, 6, 7, 8. So pretty decent hit on turn 1. Can hurt most characters. Next turn's going to come up and they're going to attack us. So they're going to attack our Cliffjumper. For right now, we're just going to go ahead and flip. We have a defense of 2. They most likely won't kill us. Now we look at our hand. Unfortunately, we don't have a mining pick right now, so we don't need that piece through Tyranny. So we're going to go ahead and toss that piece through Tyranny for the bashing shield. If we draw a mining pick, though, I'm going to be super mad. All right, so next is going to be our turn. So we're going to go ahead and draw a card for the turn. All right, and first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let's play... Do you know what? We probably should have kept that piece returning. Oh, well. So we're going to go ahead and play Confidence first. That lets us draw 2 cards and then scrap 2 cards from our hand. So draw 2 cards. We don't need that ISO function right now, so we'll scrap that.
We 100% want to keep the turbo boosters.
Yes, we want to keep the turbo boosters. We want to keep the start your engines.
You've got 2 bashing shields.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and we can always fetch this bashing shield back, so let's toss the bashing shield. All right, and then we may play an action. So we look at our cards here. Let's play Start Your Engines. Start Your Engines flips all your characters back to their alt mode and then flip over here. So there, we just untapped our Cliffjumper. He's got some damage on him, let's say right now, and
But he's safe.
He's safe. Next, we're going to go ahead and play an upgrade for a turn. They put an armor down last turn, didn't they? Let's go ahead and put this on Wheeljack. So we draw a card, and then discard a card. Do you think we need that force field right now? Probably not, eh? I wouldn't say so.
Debatable. I always keep force fields, but that's your call.
Yeah, so we go ahead and scrap that. Now we look over here in our scrap pile. We didn't throw any weapons down here, unfortunately. So we're not going to swing with Wheeljack yet. But we did flip Prowl this turn. What we're going to do instead is flip Wheeljack for the turn to draw a card off Cliffjumper. Look at all that card draw. Oh, look at that. Mounted Missles. Okay?
Ooh.
So we're going to go ahead and swing with Prowl. Prowl swings. He gets bold 2. You hit him for at least 7 damage. So they're going to defend at the end of your turn. Scrap all this junk. They take their turn. They attack in a Prowl. Prowl defends. Prowl's a decent defense. Let's say he goes and gets maybe 5, 6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay? Next turn, we go ahead and draw our card. All right, pretty decent hand. Well, right now we do finally have a weapon in our KO zone from those attacks, and Wheeljack can go off and do some shenanigans. But first, what we want to do is we want to make sure we get our characters back and get some card draw. So we're going to go ahead and play Turbo Booster on Prowl to untap him. They're going to flip Prowl for the turn to draw a card. We got a rollout. We don't really want to play the rollout right now because we want to keep Wheeljack's bold 3 ability. So we just send him into.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do that, Jack. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So pretty good. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So pretty good attack. Okay. Most likely KO'd someone there. We look in our hand. We don't need that Improvised Shield. Swap it for that Bashing Shield.
See, you got her back.
I know. So they take the next turn. They're probably going to swing at Wheeljack. Wheeljack defends for 2. Probably takes like maybe at most, let's say 10 damage.
Yeah.
About there, yeah. Then draw for our turn. Oh, wow. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look what we got here. So right now, we're going to want to make sure that we have all of our characters attack. They've already attacked with all their characters. We have all of ours left. We're going to play Rollout first. Rollout's going to let us flip all of our characters back to their alt mode. Okay. And once they flip all back to this mode, he gives all your cards bold 2. Then we're going to go ahead and play a Turbo Booster on Wheeljack to untap him. We trigger Wheeljack's ability to draw a card and then discard a card. What do you think we need? We probably don't need that Mounted Missles right now, eh? No, let's toss that for now. All right, so we've played our action, we played our upgrade. We want to make sure our cars stay in this mode because they have ball 2, but Wheeljack has a weapon in his KO zone, so let's go ahead and flip Wheeljack. We flip Wheeljack, we draw a card off Cliffjumper. Look at all that card draw, just so much card draw. And then we swing for the kill. This will probably end up KOing most of your opponents. So first thing three attacks, yeah. And what we do is we look over here. You don't have any cards left, so you want to make sure that Wheeljack goes first. So Wheeljack swings first. He's going to go ahead and have an attack of 5, 6, 7.
Bold 3.
Bold 3. Oh, wow. Okay. So he's going to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 into some poor fella. Next, Prowl goes. Prowl's got bold 2, remember, from the flip, from the rollout. We gotta go ahead and do a little shuffling here. He's got bold 3 because there's a weapon in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we go ahead and then 2 more.
Yep, white pip.
Whew. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Prowl smashes. We take all of our cards, we put them aside because we're still attacking. And then Cliffjumper goes in. He has bold 2 as well from Prowl. 1, 2, that's not good. Oh, never mind. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, you hit pretty hard with this deck. It does quite a bit of damage, and most likely you finish your opponent off by that turn. So that's the basis of the card deck. There's probably more things people can probably do to make it better. I mean, from your experience, I mean, how have you changed in playing this game? But playing, you feel you're getting better in the game? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Way better. Yeah.
Yeah. If I've lost a couple games and I need to get my mojo back, I definitely pull out cards.
Play some cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that's a lot of fun, and we both love this game. And she pretty much kind of got me into the game early on. We were looking for a new card game to play. We played Magic. We were pretty big board gamers and
pretty big board gamers.
Pretty big board. And she was like, "Hey, let's play this together." And I said, "Sure, why not?" Yeah.
Because it was all my idea.
It was her idea.
Love Transformers.
It was her idea.
Love Transformers.
All right, so yeah, so that's the deck tech, guys. If you have any suggestions or comments down below, please let me know. If you want to see more of Jacqueline, yeah, go ahead and just let us know, and we'll make some more videos because she's pretty wonderful. Yeah.
I wanted to say, check out the fellas over at Wreck and Roll.
Why the guys at Wreck and Roll?
Because they're an awesome channel.
They are
do
an
a
awesome.
lot of awesome games.
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot from their play.
It's true.
And they're kind of funny.
Yeah, they're super funny. It's true.
They make me laugh.
They do make her laugh. All right, so that it? Are we done with our car video? We kind of made it a little bit cringy, but don't worry, we're super cheesy people.
We're cheesy.
We're cheesy.
All the cheese.
All the cheese. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Feel free to have any questions or comments.
And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yes, I'll never
Please
say it.
And thank you.
Thanks. And as always, guys, if you have any questions, you can always email me at thejankyard@outlook.com if you're looking for any information about help building decks. I'm not the best, but I do like building fun decks. So, yeah, have a great night, guys, and a good weekend coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
Peace.